this is a story about the three Nigerians. So one I met at Centennial Park. He was jogging through the park with his shirt off, looking like a whole snack. And I was sitting there reading a book. And he came and sat next to me and started talking to me. And we, hit it off and we started hanging out. Now, disclaimer, I wasn't trying to have a man or sex. I just wanted companionship. Even during my celibacy journey, I desired companionship. So I dated from time to time. And he was a contractor, building houses and different things like that. So we would go out during the day, hang out, whatever. And I just started having these bad dreams, like these nightmares. And so I would see like the end, like Armageddon, like the end of the world and all this stuff. And I dreamt that if I had a kid with him, that my life would be ruined, that he wouldn't do right. And I was like, I'm not going to, go there. So what's, the purpose? But I called him and I said, look, I can't talk to you no more because I've been having these bad dreams about you and I don't know what it is, but I can't talk to you. So he started going off or whatever. And he was like, oh, I'm going to kill myself. Okay, that's the number one sign of narcissistic person is they start talking about harming themselves. And I'll talk about that in another video. But I felt bad because he was like, oh, you're just scared. You're just scared to, to deal with somebody because it's been a while and all this and that. And I actually, believed them. And I was like, okay. So then I started back talking to him. I started having these dreams again. They was even worse, like fire and blood moons. And I was like, oh, my God. So then I called him back and I left a message. I was like, look, I'm for real this time. I don't know what these dreams is about, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. So I got 26 calls in a row. I had somebody answer the phone and it was like, this is Rosemary. Can I speak to Candace? And so I got the phone. I was like, hello. She was like, this is Candace. And is this Candace? I said, yeah. She said, this is Rosemary. I heard you on my husband's answer machine breaking up with him. I said, first of all, Rosemary, how you doing? I was not breaking up with your husband because I never went with him. We went on a few dates and that was it. I never had sex with him. She was like, well, do you go out with him at night? He must be with you all day. I said, no, honey, Rosemary, you got bigger problems than me because you got to find the other woman because that's not me. Long story short, he was married and I mean, she was like, do he pick you up in a Mercedes truck? I said, yeah. She said, that's my truck. I said, girl, I'm so sorry, but hopefully things work out for y'all, but you have a blessed day, a blessed life. That was that, but that's what God was trying to tell me, that he was married. The second one was my friends introduced me to him, and he was taking me to all these African parties, and he gonna tell me, I'm gonna Africanize you. I said, oh, no, you not. I was like, this ain't what we doing. I told him, I said, look, if we gonna hang out, we're not finna be going to African parties every weekend. I'm an American, and I want to do some American stuff like bowling, you know what I'm saying, shoot the pool, something. We ain't finna do this every weekend. But he ended up, he wanted to take me to his house, and this is on the first date. And we went to his house, and he gives me this grand tour of his home. And lovely home. He wanted me to meet his kids, which I didn't understand on the first date why we had to meet the kids, but I was like, okay. So then he escorts me into his kitchen, and he was standing in front of me. And he looks behind me. I mean, he's standing in front of me, and he turns around and does his hands, and he goes, this is the kitchen where you will be preparing my meals. And I was like, I will be preparing what? And this dude told me, he was showing me around the kitchen because he said I was about to be preparing his meals. I was like, the devil is a lie and a deceiver too. Anyway, that didn't work. I mean, not that I was trying to go with him. I just wanted to date, but I don't know what. No, I would not be preparing your meals. The third one, I ain't gonna lie. We was sitting on a date. He was spitting all over. He was just spitting everywhere. I put up a little shield to keep him from spitting close to my food and everything. And I was like, that was too much for me. But the bottom line is I had great experiences, and that's all it's about, is learning and growing and then trusting God for your mate.